And welcome to the Dreams in Motion podcast. I am your host, Curtis King. Once again, before we even get into this episode, I got to do a better job of this. Please, if y'all support your boy, hit that subscribe button, like the channel, you know what I'm saying, comment, share these episodes. It's the best way for you to assist us in getting these episodes out to the people so that we can continue to encourage, motivate, and inspire all the dream chasers.
Well, every place we dreamed about as kids, I'm taking flights to. Yeah, I swear, would've been blind if I was born to see the future. It's bright there, it's bright. I was in the mirror practicing, trying to get my speech right. Like I want to thank my mama, also want to thank my supporters, and I'm thanking God.
So I got the honor today to introduce a good homie, a good friend, a multi-talented individual. I met this particular person. I was serving at Hope City. Shouts out to Hope City. I was serving on the prayer team at Hope City, and I caught wind of this guy playing the keyboard or the organ. And, you know, I just liked his energy, and I introduced myself and wanted him to come. And it actually started out me wanting to collaborate with him and make some beats with him. But I went to his page and noticed that the dude actually is a talented singer, songwriter as well. And I just was inspired immediately by this brother. I invited him over to my crib, and we did a couple of records together. And since then, I just been keeping my eye out on him, and I like the way he's been moving, man. He's always grinding and doing something in his career. So without further ado, I want to introduce my homie, Jessie Miller. What's up, my partner?
What up, man? Hey, thanks for having me, dog.
Say for sure, bro, man. I'm glad you came out, man. And I know we all busy, brother. And
hey,
I know.
Dog. Already, you just tell me when and where.
Man,
already.
And you know what's crazy about this, bro? Like, I want to give your flowers off top. It seems like since day one, when I hit you for something, you came through for me, and I appreciate that, bro. Like the songs we've done so far, bro, they've been amazing. Every time I play it for somebody, bro, they be like, man, who that? You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know, bro. That's what's crazy about it, man. I didn't know that you actually sing like that, bro.
Dude,
I always thought you was just playing, you know, the keyboard, drums, things of that nature, man. But I didn't know you sing like that. So I just want to say thank you so much for just answering the call, because like we're all creators, and I know that it's hard to build something, bro. That's why the podcast is so important to me.
Right.
I hate to see people give up on their dreams.
Right.
You inspired me from the jump when you heard my music. Yeah. And I remember you saying, like, bro, what you doing?
What are you doing? I'm still like, after this is over, we gotta talk.
Right, man. And I'm working, man. You know, it's just the balance, bro. It's what's hard for me at times. But man, you've been an inspiration to me since day one of meeting you, and that's why you're on the show, because oftentimes, man, we don't encourage each other enough. And I don't want to miss the opportunity of having a conversation like this before the big lights. You know what I'm saying? I know you're doing your thing, man, and doing a lot of amazing things, and we'll get into that.
Appreciate it, bro.
My part of this Dreams in Motion podcast is to give people their flowers while they're even just trying before the big stage. You know what I'm saying?
That, bro.
And so thank you again for coming out, man.
Man, anytime. Yeah, man. And you know how you get a connection already. I could probably vibe out somebody in like five seconds, and know what I'm saying? And it was no question. And once we actually connected, all right, I see why.
Yeah.
And nothing was ever forced, or
True.
And you got to be selective with that. And it's certain people that is just like, oh, what we on? We know we building something. It's gonna be done in excellence, and we trying to move forward. So I'm with whatever's going on. So
man, that's love, bro. Thank you so
already,
much.
Dog.
Well, man, I want to get into. I always like to start the podcast out with just trying to. I got a following, and people that don't know you, I want to get, even myself, I want to get a little bit more of your background, bro.
Yep.
Like, I know you're a singer, songwriter, producer, but where did it all start? You know what I'm saying? Like, take me back to like childhood, bro, please.
It's even, and probably when you look at the footage, every time you say singer, it's mad weird for me to hear, because
really,
it's really not that. It really didn't start off as that. And so if I'm starting from the very beginning, drums was my first love. Grew up in church.
Okay.
In the churches where they let you get on the drums and bang around, and ain't nobody yelling at you. They letting you figure it out for a minute. And
Yeah.
I started getting good, and that progressed. And where I'm from Buffalo, New York.
Okay, shouts out to Buffalo, New
York.
York.
716 Buffalo Bills, all
Okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah. But I'm from Buffalo, and we got a rich history of musicians and a rich history of young musicians.
Okay.
And particularly drummers.
Wow.
So
Go in the church
in the church
or just anywhere?
now on the scene.
Okay.
I mean, from like Beyonce, Joy Williams, shout out Joy Williams, she's from Buffalo, New York. Beyonce's longtime drummer. Kevin Camp, he just finished this tour with Kirk Franklin, Israel, Houghton, Clark Sisters, Ty Tribbett. Also played for everybody from Music Soul Child to
Wow.
everybody.
And they're all from Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York.
Wow, okay. I didn't know
bass
that.
player. Lizzo's musicians from Buffalo. It's like
Wow.
Nick Jonas. So it's a rich history of that. So, and it's meaning that you got to kind of fight for your spot where we are building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it all started from that. It's so many drummers that they got younger and younger, better and better. I had to move on to something else.
Yeah.
And I started playing keys. I started doing that same thing. I came from the churches where they let you just get on instruments, they ain't fussing at you, go figure it out. And I was able to do that. And from there, I was able to find certain people that's doing it, that my ear started getting attracted to certain things. And if I watch you do it a few times, I'm like, I start catching on. Then I build up the courage to be like, hey, can you show me that? And I had a countless amount of friends and family that would just be like, lending a hand to help me show me stuff on the keys, and gradually went from there.
So no professional training, no teaching?
Nah, bro, just straight ear. And I didn't start getting into like reading and lessons and stuff like that till college. And probably maybe my last semester of college, because I kind of floated through just off my ear. I would pass tests and all that. I was like super lazy student musically just because my ear developed, and I developed all these bad habits. But anyway, that's my musical origin story.
Yeah.
And I've been writing songs I could remember probably writing my first song probably like 13.
Wow. Okay.
It wasn't a good song. It was,
Yeah.
And I'm a D'Angelo head. D'Angelo, Bilal, that kind of era.
Yeah. I can hear that.
Yeah. So I mean, I found some OCDs from back in the day.
Yeah.
I was listening to them with my wife, and it's like super trash D'Angelo, like super trash, just trying to mimic everything I can. But I was building songs, learning rhyme scheming throughout high school. I started building that, and it started from high school on, and I started doing it professionally. That's the only job I've ever had is being a musician.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, man, this is why you on the show, man. Like, that's beautiful to hear, bro, because I know my origin story is similar to yours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I've taken so many different routes and different jobs to try to stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? And
for sure.
It's been difficult, but it's been a beautiful journey.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to realize, like, I used to be upset that I'm not where I want to be musically as a music producer, but now I'm starting to see the beauty in just the journey alone.
Yeah.
And the people that I've met along my journey, that has made my story beautiful.
Yeah.
It's, most people wait until they make it big, and I got this multi-platinum record to say, hey, man, this is my story, and this is how I got to this point.
Right.
I don't have that. I got a couple of records that I have produced that I'm proud of.
See, yeah.
But
it keeps you sane thinking that way, like
yeah.
And I keep it funky. I get into the moments where I'm like, dang, man, like I'm doing all I can right now. I'm seeing friends, and I've never had like a hater spirit or nothing like that. But I've always been like celebrating my friends.
Yeah.
To the point, to my insecurity, I probably like over celebrate my friends when something something happens.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I get into them dark moments like that too. I'm just like, man, what's up? But I just didn't. I'm still trying to, I fight that every once in a while, but that's not enough to keep me stopping.
I feel you. That's what I love to hear, man. Like it's deeper than just wanting the money, bro. Like you gotta really love this, and from you starting the way you started, and your background and where you come from. Yeah. Like that's how kind of my background. Like some of the musicians, like one of the musicians that I grew up with, he followed you. I don't know if you know King Robinson. Does that sound familiar?
Man,
Yeah, he's a drummer.
Okay.
Yeah, but I noticed that he followed you, and I was wondering, like, man, he's traveled a lot with Lecrae and Triple E.
Yeah. Oh, Nate, my dog. Yeah.
He traveled with them.
Beat Breaker. Yeah, that's my dog.
Yeah, man, and like him and Nate, they're close. But when I saw King following you, it made me think about King was a dope drummer growing up. I played drums. That was my first instrument, drums.
Yeah.
And I used to have to try to find my way, and watching them boys, like, man, I got to come with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that you having that background, it shows a lot about your hustle.
Yeah.
And that you still able to be doing what you like to do to this day and living off of it. It's beautiful, man.
Man, the humility during it, you got to be. That's one of my pet peeves. Somebody talking about how humble they are.
Yeah.
But it takes humility to be like, man, what did you do right here? Like, I heard you do that. Or it takes humility to walk up to. I ain't never been a cat that's like too cool for school. You know what I mean? And I've seen people who are like that, and those are the trash people. I don't, wish to, go in that direction, because the most successful people I've seen have been like the coolest people. To like, yo, what you sharing, blah blah blah. This is what I'm doing here. When we first sat down, man, you sharing me all these. You building sounds and all that stuff. Yo, I'm doing this here, blah blah. And that's the only way we could.
That's how you grow, man.
That's how you grow. That's how you build each other up. That's how we grow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. And but you gotta have that edge too. That little bit of competition side. Like, it's just like the placement game, man. Me trying to get music placements is like, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's like you're competing with so many dope music producers from all around the world, and everybody is submitting music to the same person. But what I've learned is to try to find my niche. And my niche lately has been not just putting out songs myself, but also throwing the alley hoop to producers, which and by way of making those samples.
Yeah.
And that I found a different love for that now. Like, I like to create sounds out of nowhere, and turn it into something that inspires the next young producer to hopefully make a hit out of it.
That's dope.
So that's kind of where I'm at. But man, I want to ask you too, though. We talked a little bit about your origin story of music, and were your parents like churchgoers, like pastors? Because I know my mom's a pastor. I'm a PK kid.
Yeah.
But was your parents pastors or anything?
Yeah. So my parents aren't pastors, but we grew up in the church. Well, didn't start that. My dad is an ordained elder.
Okay.
My mom just straight up just going to church. I mean, my family, we grew up Kojic. That's black denomination. And most of my whole family is pretty just churchgoers or whatever.
Okay.
So I grew up in that.
So do you think that has a lot to do with your love for music, or because it's like, for me, I feel like I know it was a gift.
Yeah.
Because I remember beating on pots and pans in the house and just loving the sounds, not knowing that I was actually drumming. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, I started out playing around 6, and my aunt bought me my first drum set around that age. Yeah. It was like a play drum set. Because they saw that I liked those sounds.
Right.
But so before I even knew that this is called drumming, I just like to beat on things.
Yeah,
you feel me?
You felt it first.
Exactly. And since then, that's how it's always been, and I always felt God just gave me that gift. You feel me? So would you say it was the same way for you?
For sure. Everything felt natural. I say the church played a major role in if you notice, most of like the touring bands and producers, they got some kind of foundation in the church somehow, whether it's chord structure. Not everybody, but if you look around and you dig deep, like most of the cats, rest in peace. One of the homies that just died, Usher's old drummer, Aaron Spears.
Yeah, I saw that on my brother
Man,
page.
he got, I believe he got, scouted just playing at a, church service like that. So
Tank
the church
too.
was dope. Tank, all these cats, all the wildest. I mean, yeah. But meaning it developed a lot of us. But even through that, I had my ear to. I was on the box. I'm listening to our local. I had some homies that put me on very early, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then I start seeing the similarities in the two. And I never got settled straight into gospel, and it allowed my ear to develop. Then even like growing up with some friends, different cultures, I'm like, they're putting me on to Beatles. They're putting me on to
Wow.
now. My music vocabulary. I don't. It's not too many songs that I just don't like. Just because I could find something in it that's kind of like
that's dope,
and
right?
not corny about it. Just like for real. Like
I feel you.
I could hear like the dumbest thing, and I could hear like a bunch of people dissing it. But I'm like, all right, I get it. I mean, it's some stuff that's real ridiculous, but
You know what I think that is though? My wife, she laughs at me, bro. I like Suavemente.
yeah,
That Spanish song.
yeah, dog.
Boy, when that man comes on Suavemente.
Bro, it's an atmosphere setter, dog.
Right, bro. And
It's a vibe.
they be laughing at me because I don't know what they're saying, obviously, because I don't know Spanish.
Yeah,
But what I cling to is the horn section.
yeah.
Man, I'm like, bro, do y'all not hear how these men are blowing these horns,
Yeah.
bro? It sound like they playing that thing with passion, bro.
Yeah.
And I'll just sit in my truck as I'm driving and jamming it, bro. Like, and you'll think I know everything they
Yeah,
saying, but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
appreciating the musicianship. There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And I tend to find that in different songs. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, did you see how he
Yeah,
played
yeah.
that bass line?
Different stuff. Dude, even with the horns, it's percussion in that move you a certain way, or
Right.
it's chords within those. One of my favorite, like that's one of my favorite things hearing it in tracks and live music is horns, because it sets such a vibe. Like you hear a super high pitched horn in a certain section, and it it'll move you. So I feel you entirely on it.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Man, that's like, I don't know, man. Some people, everybody don't have that, that ear for that appreciation
Right.
for music like that. Because I remember making beats, man. Like I would be so shy to make beats around people because it's always an ugly stage, in my opinion,
Yeah.
in making a beat,
Yeah.
and you're trying to figure out and find yourself. But then you have those people that can sit in the studio and hear you messing around with something
And be quiet. Just let me cook.
yeah, and can appreciate it because they know where it's going. Like,
Right,
ooh,
true.
let's see what he,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But some people don't. Like, I had a cousin one time to tell me, I let her hear a rough record, and she was like, "Don't ever play that for me again." She's like, what are you doing? What are you? Because I like to mumble
Yeah, okay.
on songs,
Yeah.
like on beats, like, or when I hear a melody, it'll just be a whole bunch of mumbling.
Yeah, I wrote it was just mumbling. Yeah,
Right,
I got
you see what I'm
yeah.
saying? But see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I can give it to you because you can see where it's going
Yeah, for
and
sure.
fill in the blanks.
Uh-huh.
But not the average consumer, I would say, they're not gonna hear the mumbling and be like, "Oh, this is dope."
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, "It doesn't sound finished."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I used
I
to
think
get
that's
on-
where a gift comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the train you mentioned before, man. I think you gotta have a gift to dream. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See what the picture is gonna be. What
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And being patient with it too. I'm super impatient.
Really? With
Yeah.
the creative process?
Yeah.
See, I would have never even thought that.
I'm
you,
impatient.
You are a fast worker though. I remember coming back over to your house to mess around with that remix.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
One of my homies that did a remix to that one joint we were working on, and I was watching how you was moving, and I was like, God dang.
You know where I got so a couple years ago when I like really started going after, like a lot of people say they going hard. I felt I was going hard, then I experienced some cats that's going hard, and I was not going hard.
Really?
So I committed, I think this was back in 2020, every 2 weeks, no matter what,
Yeah.
I'm putting out a song with a visual.
Yeah.
And that just sparked a whole bunch of stuff to where and what sparked that is a point I was about to make. Man, I watched some interviews with Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz. And what they do is when they get a feature, to show off, they trying to get that back within either that day or sometimes that hour. And you remember that run that Wayne had like a few years back where he had like a crazy amount of features. Like he would literally do shows and go record.
Yeah, he was doing features in his apartments on the road.
Yeah,
everything. Yeah,
but that's in my head. Like,
I feel that.
and and if I have the resources to do it, and I kind of got like a little workflow, I try to knock things out fast. And also, people don't have time. People don't have time. So I've learned even to just survive. I had to like kind of work quick, and some things work quick without it feeling rushed, and that's hard to do. But in terms of like, I do a lot of songwriting. I try to do it as much as I can, and I work fast because I got my system down, and I don't even write down. I just record. I'll freestyle it through, record, go back. You know how you do the mumble thing. It's the same vibe. And when you're on your own engineer, so
you can play with it a little bit more when you engineer it yourself.
So that caused me to be impatient when I had to rely on somebody to like press play or something from it, or if I'm co-writing, for instance, with So if it's not managed, it could be whack. But I do appreciate the work ethic. It's been like forcing me to like adapt.
Yeah, I can tell, bro. Your work ethic is crazy. Because at one point when I met you, I wasn't seeing like the consistency in songs and visuals like that. Like for some reason it came out of the blue, and you started dropping a visual in the song.
It was a trigger. It was literally like a decision I made that week to like just try. I got to do it. I can't doing the same thing.
Right.
And I can't keep complaining about not having an opportunity.
Yeah, I feel that.
And that was around that. That was during the time where I'm like taking meetings and stuff that's like feel promising, but it's been months. I haven't, and I started getting, you start getting down, you start getting bitter and all that stuff. And I'm like, dog, are you really exhausting everything you got in you to be undeniable when that call come? And if I like really kept it real, no. I could pinpoint examples where I wasn't, and even with like no budget, still no. If I tell you some stuff that I'm doing with, just squeezing and figuring it out, but
everything's still independent.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And it's really just a mentality of getting it done.
Yeah, I appreciate that though, man. Like that's. We on the Dreams in Motion podcast, my brother. I tell people all the time, man. You could dream all day. You could sit here and talk about what you're gonna do all day. If you don't put it in motion, like I kept talking about, I need to link up with more singers, and and specifically I wanted to connect with more singers who were singing in the church, not because it's a God thing, but it's just a lot of talent in the church. It's a lot of passion. You know what I'm saying? And when I was working on that project, that I came to you to help me with, I was seeking a certain sound. Okay. You know what I'm saying? A certain caliber of singers. But one thing I appreciate is that, like I told you earlier when I came to you, how you moved and got it done on that record, and how you sent all of those. But it's like you went above and beyond. Oh, you know what I'm saying? With the background vocals, all of that stuff, bro. Yeah. I was like, this dude's serious, man. But one thing I will say is like, shouts out to Toby. Oh, dog. Yeah, Toby gave the blueprint to so many artists, in my opinion. Like when he started doing that every Monday situation, like that showed me like, bro, and dude didn't have no budget then from what I heard. Yeah, with his phone. His phone. That's crazy, bro. Like his phone is a vision, but he's a visionary, dude. Yeah, he's just stumbled upon this stuff. Like I had a couple conversations with him where he he just stumbled upon some things, and it's just favor and consistency. Yeah, and he made a decision. Like he's one for sure, and one of the inspirations. Yeah, and because was Toby going to Hope City? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Is that where you met him at? Yeah. Okay. That's where I met him. That's what I thought, man. Somebody told me because I think I saw him there one time, but I thought he was just cool with Pastor Jeremy at the time or something. You know what I'm saying? No, he was actually there when it first started. He was like, from what Jeremy was saying, he was like putting up chairs. He was the first dude doing the sound for them. He didn't know what he was doing. Really? He was like cleaning. He was serving. Wow. Back when it first started from one. So he was like one of the OG members back then. But that's where I first met him. That's dope, bro. So moving forward, man, we talked a little bit about your childhood, how you started. Explain to me like kind of where did the love for writing songs as an artist, and like how did that develop? Was that always in you, or did you always see yourself becoming an artist, or were you just writing for like with the hopes of giving it to someone else? Yeah, so I mentioned before, like it's weird for you to say artist or songwriter or singer, because that actually came out of frustration too. Those meetings I was telling you about, it was for getting songs placed and stuff like that. I've had producers that
I said Daryl Howe. He just won. He's been winning the Grammy every the past 2 years with Jonathan McReynolds and stuff.
Okay.
And we've been writing like crazy.
Oh, really?
And it got to a point. He was like, "Yo, Jay, dude, just do it. Just sing it." Because these demo tapes. Because like when I sent to you, when I do a demo, I try to like make it sound like a record.
Yeah. I know.
And I tell you why about that too. I was in a session. My friend Jay Keys in Atlanta. He invited me to a session. He was like, "Yo, Polo is coming through."
Polo the Don?
Polo the Don coming through.
Okay.
And I was in Nashville. He was like, "You want to come to the session?" I was headed to a writing session, and I just U-turned. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
Yeah,
So I just drove. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, bro, I'm sitting in the corner, and they are playing demo tapes that they wrote that morning. Another a writer, her name's Ink, but they sitting in a session, and they're playing demo tapes they wrote that morning. Entire records, no mix, entire records.
In one session.
And listening to other people's records that they're possibly looking to like records.
Yeah.
I went back home and listened to my piano and vocal stuff. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not. Cause if this is the references they're listening to on like some just demo stuff.
Yeah.
Like that changed. So, and along with those Wayne and 2 Chainz interviews, that's why I try to like, I try to exhaust the demo when I send it to somebody because I want them to know that I'm invested in the song too, and I want you to know that. Well, I know sometimes some people don't know that I have the ability to do that. Yeah. And some more things come out of that. Like, oh, can you do this? Yeah. For instance, Leon Timbo, he's a folk artist I'm working with now, and that's the thing. He asked me to demo something, and I just exploded the demo. And I'm cool with you telling me it's too much. Yeah. But I don't want you to be like, give me more. Right. I'd rather like you be like, yo, you doing too much, dog. Pipe down. So I just did too much, gave him everything. I did 2 records. I got 2 records from that. Wow. And
on his project?
Yeah. That's dope, we did like 2 Christmas songs. We're about to do some stuff. One of our songs, we did a remake of Never Too Much by Luther Vandross, and it got inducted to the Grand Opry in Nashville.
Wow. That's like awesome.
But yeah, I'm just trying to exhaust whatever opportunity I have.
Yeah, I can tell that, man. Like, so with what you're saying, like as far as how you work and you basically give them everything you possibly can to make the record sound full. Would you say, like, again, was that always the thought process of just writing for other people, or? Yeah. Like, because I want to get into your artistry. I got you. Because you feel me? You got some dope songs. Like, I just reposted the one that you just did. Thanks, look like you in like behind a white screen or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just you vibing out. Like that joint hard, bro. It's real hard, bro. Thanks, like, and I'm the type of person, man. Even though I'm cool with you, I just don't repost nothing just because I'm cool with you. I ain't that type of person. Yeah. I repost it when it's fire. You feel me, bro? Thank you. And it hit me like, man, did you produce that, by the way? Yeah, my homie from Buffalo. Really? Yeah, he killed it. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, he killed that, bro. That's a vibe, bro. But like I was saying, I ain't even answer the question, that big diatribe I made. But, it's all good. Yeah, that came out of frustrating because I wasn't getting stuff placed. And what I learned was start putting music out myself. It created other opportunities. I don't have a super huge following in comparison to a whole bunch of people, but by me taking a step to actually like put stuff out, a few things people saw I was creative. Some people that thought I was like this little quiet dude that's just always on the keys or something. Yeah, I sing, I write songs. So I had to make a step to show that I was ready for more opportunities. So that's where that came from. Then it just kind of got contagious, and then I started seeing other people's work, and I'm like, all right, I'm not doing enough here, and it's kind of growing that way. And I'm still in the same boat. I'm like, I'm just trying to be ready for whatever opportunity. So at this scale, I'm just trying to be excellent, as much as I can. I can control. That makes sense, man. Like that. Okay, it's kind of like my story too. Like, I got tired of trying to wait on placements, and you got to figure out a way to do both. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're waiting on, to me, waiting on placements is like waiting on somebody to pay your bills for you. You feel
Right.
me? And I've always been the type of person to take initiative and figure out another lane to get some money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when I noticed that selling beats wasn't consistent enough for me, I saw the opportunity to start writing hooks for people.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I got my first placement with Bobby Valentino.
See, that's crazy.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like people started telling me it took an OG producer like to break it down to me, bro. You a beat maker, but inside you have producer skills that you need to develop.
Yep.
Because I was always shy in the studio. Like
Okay.
like when you first came over to my crib, it was almost like I was shy to even play those records. But your response was like,
crazy.
bro,
Yeah,
like,
bro,
bro,
yeah.
what is this?
I'm
And
with it.
You feel me? And
Yeah.
I was like, man, maybe I do have something then, you know. But people over my career was telling me, bro, speak up in the studio. Like, you be mumbling.
It's tough for me
ideas.
too, man. I understand. I understand.
Okay, you feel me? And so, but I had an OG homie saying, bro, you need to speak up. And when I started doing that, it actually got me placements a little faster.
Okay.
And I still don't have a lot of placements, but the placements that I did get, bro, they came from me mumbling ideas.
Wow.
Like even to rappers.
Yeah.
Like I send a beat and I'll mumble how I'm hearing how you should flow on this joint.
That's production. Yeah.
Right. And then they'll hear it and be like, ooh, versus me just sending them the beat. Some of them, they might not, they probably don't know where to take it.
Okay.
Until I put a mumble idea, a melody on there.
Yeah.
And so I understand that. And
Yeah.
so I guess like in transitioning to the artist side, I now see kind of like you got frustrated from just waiting on not getting placements for writing songs for people. And then you decided, if I'm correct, you decided to start putting out your artistry, putting those songs out yourself, right?
Yep. And then I got some demos that I did back. It be like, bro, ain't nobody's singing this.
Yeah.
Like that. And I was insulted a lot because I'd be like, is it too? So then I had two instances where I thought it was saucy. I still feel like it's, I may put it out.
Yeah. Oh, you saying like a song that you wrote for somebody?
That I wrote, when it was demo, and it you try to be like generic if you're not like specifically writing for somebody.
Yeah.
But you know, it was saucy, and I guess it was too much, so I did it again, and it was like super dumbed down. And then they were like, no, this was dumbed down. So instead of fighting those battles, like it's some stuff I'm just keeping for myself because it's, you know.
I feel that.
And put it out and see where it goes. And the thing about writing a song, somebody could still cut it, and I could still give it to whoever, but I'll at least get my initial heart of it out, or how I like it to sound. And then a bunch of songs ain't for that. It ain't for that. It's not. I'm not in love with a song like that.
Yeah.
But some stuff.
I had to learn that the hard way, man. I used to get in my feelings so many times when an artist would tell me, man, this ain't hitting right, or 808 ain't, you know what I'm saying, or you need to do this or do that, or I ain't feeling this, you know. I used to get in my feelings, because I used to always feel like, what you mean, bro? Like, when they say that, I would take it as the beat is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, they would never say the beat is terrible.
Right.
They just say this is just not what I'm looking for. And I would get in my feelings as a young producer, you know, a young beat maker, and just be like, forget it, I ain't sending nobody nothing else. I'm finna just, you know, do my own thing. But I had to grow into more of a businessman and understand that, like, you can't have that type of mentality because it's business, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like, people are making hundreds of beats and just submitting them, like, and just hoping somebody gets something. You feel me? Because you got to understand that everybody's not gonna like your material.
Right,
you feel
right,
me?
right.
And I learned that the hard way, man. But
man, I watched this documentary. You know who Pooh Bear? He writes with Justin Bieber.
Oh yeah, Pooh Bear. Yeah, Pooh Bear big.
He did the documentary. He don't even. All he does is top lines. He just does melody. He ain't sending no backgrounds or nothing.
Yeah. I
mean, and what I learned from him was kind of how to conserve between each song. I'm still doing way too much in comparison to what he does, but he's proven he don't gotta. Like, bro, I send you a top line, you figure it out because it's going platinum.
Man,
but
Pooh Bear is a guy.
But the lesson I learned in that is how he's conserving his energy, which helps me not be so in love with a song in case it needs to change so bad, especially with co-writers. And co-writing, period, I'm just like, I'm not in love with any idea, so it could go either way. So unless it's something I really feel like fighting for, I don't. But most times I ain't. And that's kept me sane too, to where, you know.
I feel that, bro.
Yeah.
Would you say, like, so now in your career, First off, how long have you been a writer, musician?
Oh yeah, man. I'll be talking and so
You
out
good?
of high school. So funny. So I was playing football. I played JUCO.
Okay.
Got hurt and actually every spring ball I got hurt.
Man, this is the stuff I be wanting to hear.
Yeah. So the JUCO I went to, shout out Erie Cats. I'm behind. It's pretty much all Americans that had bad grades, so they were stars in their school. I wasn't a star in my school.
Okay.
I was good for my team. My team was terrible.
What position you play, man?
I played tight end and D in high school, and I played receiver.
I can see you receiver and tight end. Okay.
So I'm these cats is balling.
Yeah.
So I'm in spring ball. I'm getting hurt anyway. I got to, and I'm also playing on the weekends, and you can't really have a job during school.
Yeah.
It's just, but I was able to on weekends. I play at church, so I cover that whatever. So then I got to a realization, and I'm still in this music. I'm like, bro, what am I doing, dog? I'm not going nowhere, bro.
Right, bro.
So I started to totally delve into that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started. I did my first tour when I was 18 with Vi Higginson and Harlem playing drums.
Okay.
In Japan. Then that stemmed from.
How did you get? Let's slow down real
my
quick.
bad.
No, you good, man. Like I be trying to dig deep.
Oh,
man.
yeah, already.
Like how did you even get that, man? Like
Yeah.
a lot of people be like, some people may be watching this, bro. Like I really want to help people.
Already.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Some people are sitting at the house, with the same type of talent,
Mm-hmm.
a kid, and want to figure out, everything. I know is your network. They like to say your network equals your net worth.
Yeah.
And I get that. But was there someone in your life that introduced that opportunity? Because you said
Yeah.
you're 18?
Yeah, I was 18. Yeah. So funny story. My homie from back home in Buffalo, super accomplished keyboard player.
Mm-hmm.
We literally playing Madden, and he just had to fire his drummer.
Yeah.
Because he was headed out to Japan anyway, with or without me. So he playing Madden.
Yeah.
So he's on the phone with the boss. He's like, "Yo, you want to go to Japan?"
Wow.
So before that, I spent years. I'm the reliable guy for him. I'm at his house every day trying to pick his brain. I'm at his rehearsals just trying to, not on some groupie stuff but on some, I gotta get better. He where I want to be.
Yeah.
And it just developed into a friendship to where I just, like I said, we were just playing Madden after we probably just got done like tracking or something like that.
That's crazy.
And the opportunity came. All that time I spent messing up in front of him, going home,
Yeah.
figuring out what he did. Okay, look, coming back, showing that it was a trust factor.
Mm-hmm.
So I was ready for that call. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't weird. Mm-hmm. It wasn't nothing like, yo, you want to do this tour? So I'm 18. Yeah. You have your passport? Yeah, I ain't had no passport, bro. I had to expedite my passport.
Wow.
Because they weren't playing. Once you say yes,
Yeah.
and they send that email, you got to be ready. All right. Does he have his passport? Send his information. So I didn't have my passport, bro.
And y'all were going over there to play for a band?
No, we were going over there to play for Vi Higginson. She's had a Harlem, New York. So she had a big play called Mama I Want to Sing.
Okay.
And she won a BET award a few years ago.
Okay.
For it, but yeah, so we were playing for that. So we did
Nice.
like a tour. It was like a 2-week tour in Japan.
Nice.
So that's how that came about. So from there, Harlem Gospel Choir. I auditioned for that in New York City. Somebody I knew was singing. They were like their keyboard player.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I auditioned for that. I went all over the world doing that.
Wow.
Came back. It's weird to kind of like make my. It's weird to put it into.
Put it in order.
Yeah, put it in order. So I did that for a few years. Then I toured with Benny Hinn. You remember the preacher Benny Hinn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was his keyboard player for like 2 years.
That's crazy, man.
Went all over the world with him.
And this was all before you moved out here to Houston?
Yeah, this was
Okay, and you were still in New York?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
still in Buffalo doing that. And
Because I'm sorry, because you were in high school when this was happening.
this was after high school. This when I stopped playing football.
Gotcha.
So I did that for a while, and then it's weird. It's not like every opportunity I had was I wasn't quite ready for it, but I just said yes. and not and I'll give you an example. Like being a keyboard player and be able to play for artists and playing for full time. I mean, playing for artists or playing for a church or something like that. You should be able to play in all your keys and all that stuff. Man, my first gig at this church, I had to audition in front of some deacons, and I couldn't play in all my keys. But the guy that asked me, "Yo, you want this?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I figured it out. Blah blah. I faked it enough, but man, I was grinding, going home every week, just getting better, just not trying to be caught in a situation where I'm gonna lose.
Yeah, right,
so,
right.
Every step, like the tour, like I didn't have my passport. I said yes.
Yeah.
But I went to go expedite it. I figured it out. I can't tell you how many conversations. The Benny Hinn situation was extremely weird. I was playing I was playing somewhere, and I was playing there for like 10 minutes, and I had to leave. It was at like my home church. I had to leave. Somebody heard me in that 10 minutes. I mean, he do the 3-4 hour thing. Somebody heard me in that 10 minutes. I had to leave, blah, blah, blah. Hey, can you come to Miami in the morning? Do you know my songs? Yeah. No, bro.
You didn't know the
I was
song.
up all night like panicking, bro. But
Wow.
I was just trying to ready for every opportunity.
That's dope, man.
This past Coachella I just did.
You was at Coachella?
Yeah, I did
Come on,
Coachella
man.
with No Name. Artist out of Chicago, she's cold.
Yeah.
But my friend was MD in the band out of LA, looking for all LA cats.
Yeah.
Yo, can you do this, blah, blah, rehearsals in LA. All right. I didn't have a, you know, I don't just go and take a flight next morning type
Yeah.
bread without, talking to my wife like, what's up?
Yeah.
But no, being able to go seize the opportunity. Yeah, I'm with it.
That's
Boom.
dope.
Did both weeks in the rehearsals. So what I'm saying is it was a every opportunity.
Yeah.
It's a form of I'm not it shouldn't be happening, or I'm not qualified yet for it, and I just stepped for it, and we call it faith. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
And and your faith don't mean nothing if you're not working towards it. So the Bible, faith without works is dead. So bro, I was in there, man. I was Coachella,
Bro, that's so dope, because I've never experienced Coachella, and to be quite honest with you, I've never even been in the world you're in when it comes to the musicianship that you have. I can play drums, but I stopped perfecting the drums and keyboard. I just know enough to make music, like production, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would never say yes to, if somebody called me and say, hey man, you want to come on tour with this band, bro? I would never feel comfortable, because I know I've been out of that world for a while. I was
and that's to an extent too. Like I'm not foolish with it. I'm not gonna take something extra. It's really gonna have to be extravagant for me to like say no, because I'm gonna try to figure that thing out before I say no.
I feel you, bro.
You know what I mean? And or if it's an opportunity that I know is hindering somebody else's opportunity, I won't.
I feel you.
But yeah, that's what I meant by. But I ain't just like willy nilly like, yo,
I can do it.
Yeah,
I feel you. Yeah, for me, man, like I've had similar stories. One was I got a chance to go to Ghana, Africa for the first time. I was on tour with a popular Jamaican band. Yeah. And his name is Alkaline. And bro, I didn't know I've never done like running sound for a band live like that. Yeah. This was one of the biggest concerts in Ghana, Africa. They celebrate their independence once a year by way of throwing a big concert in the soccer stadium. And bro, the guy that was supposed to run the sound and run auto-tunes live for him, I don't know what happened, but I had a connection through Bobby Valentino. Became really good friends with Bobby Valentino's friend. Shouts out to Damien. Man, he called me out of the blue, same thing. And I was in Austin at the time. And I wasn't playing for no church. I wasn't running no sounds. I wasn't doing anything but just making beats. And he was like, Kurt, do you think you can run auto-tunes live? And I'm thinking, yeah. Like I put auto-tune on vocals all the time. But it was so much more to it, you know what I'm saying, that I had to get prepared for. But thank God I had a good friend in my life. Shouts out to Joe Diaz. He's an engineer, and that's what he do. Like he's ran sound and stuff for the biggest churches in the world. And he got me prepared for it. You feel me? Because he didn't want me to miss that opportunity, and he couldn't go. I would have gave it to him because I was afraid to go to Africa. I'm not gonna lie, bro. My wife had to push me, like, bro, you can't miss this. You know, the chance to go to Africa. But
I haven't been, bro.
Really?
Nah,
yeah, it's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. But when I get there, I wasn't all the way prepared, but I seized the moment.
Yeah.
Like it's like my technical skills just kind of clicked in. Like it was like being in the studio, but on stage.
Yeah,
and I had that boy sounding so good that they invited me back for more tours. And so that was dope, you know, just to experience that. Nothing came out of it that changed my life financially. Yeah. But like I said, man, I stopped looking at things like that, man. Right. I used to always feel like, okay, this is gonna be the next thing where I'm gonna blow up. Yeah. You know, and I'm gonna be able to provide for my family full time off this, man. I stopped looking at it like that. I started just appreciating the journey. Like, not everybody can say they've been to Africa and did a show with one of the biggest Jamaican artists, you know, in that era.
I thought one of the dopest things you brought up was the connection from a while ago that put you in that situation to get the call.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Valentina.
Yeah.
And relationships is
everything.
All that. Like, I say 80% of my relationships is just being a cool dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being a cool dude when the opportunity comes. Like, people want to tour with a cool dude. People want to do sessions with a cool.
That's true, bro.
A cool guy. You know, be apt at what you're doing, but being cool and you hold that relationship. Yeah. From I don't have too many people that I come across where I can't hit them up if I need them for something, and it's not being phony or too open, but relationships are important, bro.
That's a big nugget that you need to hear. You need to hear it, you know, because like I've seen a lot of people burn bridges, like just by being selfish, or wanting too much money when you didn't really do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just not being humble. And that's one thing I pride myself on, bro. Like, I can pick up the phone. I still have so many industry connections. Yeah. And my friends that know me that are trying to get on, they be like, bro, why you ain't hitting up such and such? Or why you? I'm just not in that space right now. But if it was something that I felt like out of this world, like I need to pick up that phone, I'll do it.
And it's not weird. It's just, you know,
it's like it's a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I've done in the industry, like you said, has been off of relationships and people they can count on me. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. That's why I got that call, like from my boy Damien, because he knew like Curtis be working. Even when I've had a 9 to 5, I've always shown people I get off work. You need something done beat wise, I'm giving it to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? If I say I'm gonna send you 10 beats, by the end of the week, I'm gonna send you those 10 beats. You feel me?
And that travels when you don't too.
Right. Oh.
That's keeping my name clear, and it just not even on those like scandal type things, but just on work ethic wise. Like, I know I could hit you for this, or I know I could get this back, or I know, you know, I know you this type of person in this environment. Like, I know you could, you know, relationship, man. That's the most important thing in my life, my career. Is relationships.
I had a young guy on the phone. I mean, not on the phone, on the episode, young producer, bro, from my hometown. I was so impressed by him, man. And one thing, because he got so many people that he's worked with at such a young age, you feel me? And I was just asking him, like, dang, man, shouts out to Arkeezy. I was like, bro, how you get it popping this fast? Like, with all these, I'm talking about credits out of the world, bro. Like, and he first thing he said, he's like, man, I was just in the right place at the right time, you know, rocking with certain people. You know, and people took a liking to me. You know,
it's a real thing, man.
It's a real thing, man. Like, you know, and he shouts out to G-Luck and B-Don. Like, he linked up with G-Luck and B-Don, and they fell in love with him. But he was consistent too. He said, man, when they asked me to do something, he said, bro, I don't care what time it is, I get it over to him. And I said, man, that's the key to keeping your relationship strong, bro. Like, if you can deliver in this game, because out of sight, out of mind is real. Yeah. Like, if you're not really, you know, in the mix. You know, I've learned quickly, like, bro, it's not that they forget about you. It's just, man, you're not.
People don't have time, man.
Right. This industry moves really fast, man. But, yeah, man, like, what about what you working on right now, man? Like, are you working on a project? Are you still on tour with any bands?
No. So, the last about year and a half, I've been touring with Najee. He's smooth jazz saxophonist. But earlier in the year, I made the decision to stick around home a little bit more. I was supposed to be out with No Name this past fall, but that didn't happen. But yeah, I'm constantly writing. I don't know when this is coming out, but I'm working on Conway's new record.
Okay.
I think I did some intro. And the way he rolls out stuff, I don't know when this is coming out. It should be his next B-side. More records with Leon Timbo.
Okay, nice. Writing, all writing, no production?
Yeah. Oh, so the Conway thing is production.
Okay, dope.
Leon, a little bit of both.
Okay.
I've been doing some writing with. I'm trying to like heavily get into sync stuff. So I've been doing some song with doing some songs with BMG.
Okay.
And
nice.
They released something about a week ago, and I'm about to go crazy grind on my own stuff, just trying to.
That's what I was going to ask you, man. Like, cause like that video that I reposted on my page. Yeah. Is that a part of a single that's you got geared coming out with something, the album or something like that?
Yeah. So the way I've been doing my albums, like that first one I just did a song every 2 weeks, and for the year, whatever I came up for that year, that was the album. Second year, I did the same thing. So that song I just did, it's called Everything. And it's just it's gonna be an accumulation of part of an accumulation of songs that I eventually put on the album. But I feel like people are kind of exhausted of an album yet till you like kind of. So I'm still on the single and visual. I'm gonna be on that grind like heavily now, just trying to get more into the sync world and get stuff on film, more stuff on film and commercials and stuff like that.
See, I think that's a better route anyway, because at the end of the day, you're gaining consistent attention from people. Like I feel like some people will put out a project prematurely, in my opinion, because having a following of people that can count on you for something every week is super dope. Because it builds them up for whatever you want to feed them next. Hence Toby. You know what I'm saying? Like all I was expecting was the Get Twisted. Was it Get Twisted Sundays? That's all I was expecting, because it came so much, and then before you know it, it's all kind of, you feel me? But he got my attention. You know? So when I saw you doing that got my attention, because I'd never heard an album from you. I've just seen you consistently put out visuals and records.
I'm just trying to do some more of that and better ones.
Nah, that's smart. That's smart.
And those things have gotten the opportunities doing stuff like that. That's how I got the Marvin Sapp placements.
You got a Marvin Sapp placement?
Yeah, I was on his I did 3 of his. I did 3 songs on his last record.
Come on, man! Congratulations, bro.
Thanks, man.
That's what's up, bro. Marvin Sapp, that's big, bro. You did writing?
Yeah, so he did. He asked me to remix. It was his 25th anniversary of two of his like classic songs, and I merged them and I wrote a bridge in between them, man.
Wow.
But yeah, it's come from out of nowhere, like just posting on Instagram and just consistency with that, and I hooked up with Aaron Lindsay. It's same thing, bro.
Aaron Lindsay, because Aaron is out here, right?
No, Aaron's in LA. He used to live in Houston.
Yeah, but didn't he used to play for Church of Grace?
Grace, yep.
Yeah, I remember going to that church and watching him up there. Like, man, that dude, he's
the truth, bro. Like, and production, like.
Yeah. So you actually created with Aaron?
Yeah, well, I did that with him.
I'm jealous.
Like, back and forth, bro. It was a dream, bro. Aaron Lindsay, man.
Yeah, bro.
Like, Israel, he's doing he won some Grammys with India. It seemed like they win them every year, but he was vice president of Motown for a little while.
I see. I didn't know that, but isn't he the sound behind Israel?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I first got hip to him from, man. And then when I saw him in the church, I'm like, bro, this dude getting it, bro.
Oh, he cold, man.
Playing every Sunday, because you still playing every Sunday for churches too.
When I'm in town,
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Y'all all got that thing, man. Like I don't know, bro. I used to have that as a kid, but I think my desires have changed. Like, remember when I first met you, you was like, man, you should be up here helping us, man. Remember, I was on the prayer team. But that's just kind of where I felt God leading me at the time, because I was going through a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, in my personal life. And I'm happy I did that, because I met one of the most beautiful souls at Hope City, and me and him and I are still close friends. And
That's dope.
yeah, he led me to a men's group that changed the trajectory of my life, like as far as my soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like God knows best, man. He knows it. It's all about timing with everything. And like I feel like even with our relationship, man, I don't know what we're gonna do together musically, but I'm just happy that I got an opportunity. You know what I'm saying, to connect with you and build with you, you know what I'm saying?
We hear it all.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So would you say, like, after your with the whole putting out visuals and, you know, songs, you're doing that once a week or you got a set schedule?
Nope. So what I've recently been doing is just like I'll just write a verse and a chorus out of something. Like yesterday morning, I know we rescheduled. I just like saw something on Instagram and I just find inspiration and I just write a verse to it. I just put the camera in front of me, boom, and I just posted it. And like that's what I'm doing until I get ready to pull out like the next like official song. So
I feel that. Are you looking to get signed or you want to just stay independent? No.
I'm not close to anything.
Okay.
I do. Being older, I'm not in a rush to do like foolish things. And if it's something that could assist in what I'm doing, I've actually had a couple conversations. Yeah. And yeah, if I need somebody who can do something that I'm not doing myself, and
you smart.
Yeah, so if whatever opportunity that comes, man, I'm entirely open. Like I'm not one of them dudes that's like I'm too real for the game.
Yeah, I feel
you know, music is I bleed this, man, and if I could do it on whatever scale to provide for my family and be happy and just do it all the time freely, like I'm with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I feel that, bro.
And like, get into the real estate and all that. You know, that's really when I want the music to just be the freedom, which is meant to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you, bro. Like I definitely want to get back to doing more music, because right now in this season, man, I'm doing more real estate than music.
Killing it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like I feel that push to do more musically, but I be mentally tired too. So like I said, I'm still working on the balance of it all. I think part of my balancing is also living through my peers, man. Like I want to give y'all flowers, bro. Like if you call me tomorrow and be like, bro, I ain't doing this no more, I'll be pissed off, and I'll be like the big brother, like, bro, nah, you ain't giving up. And that's kind of I feel like God has put me in this position where so many people call me for that inspiration. So many people want to hear my story, like young producers. Yeah. Because, bro, I done been through a lot. That's a whole 10 episodes I could talk about what I done been through in the music industry. But I think that my goal is to continue to give people their flowers for trying. Because not everybody can go as hard as you're going right now. And for you to say that you're still doing it, from your background, from playing as a kid, to now, that's a lot, bro. It's a lot of people drop out. Yeah. People give up on music all the time, man. But so yeah, where can we find, like, for people that don't know you, bro? Like, where can they find you? Where can they find your music, stuff like that?
Yeah. Again, my name is Jessie Ray Miller. It's everything Jessie Ray Miller. Instagram, Jessie Ray Miller 1. I gotta get better on TikTok.
TikTok, right?
Bro, I'm like, that's when I really feel old. Like, man, another social media
another platform.
Yeah, and I just gotta get on it, cause
you do, bro.
I'm just about to be the old dude. YouTube, same thing, Jessie Ray Miller, and just follow me. I'm super random with my posts. Like, I post on inspiration. I don't have no. That's probably why I need my numbers to get up. But I post straight up inspiration. I'll write a verse or something that I'm vibing on and post it, or I'll write a song, put out a full song, post it, roll out. But yeah, follow me on that stuff. And my website, jessiraymiller.com.
Dope. And we're gonna put all of that in the description, man, because I definitely want people to follow you and hear your music. That's why I share. You feel me? Like, people,
man, thank you. Right? People don't share. People don't share and encourage. Man,
trust me, dog. Like, I appreciate it. Like, even with me taking this leap of faith and doing this podcast, the people that you would think that will support you
Yeah.
and say, man, keep going, they don't.
Yeah.
It'd be the random people though. Like I got this text from, not a text, but it was a DM from somebody from Dallas, bro. And he was just like, bro, I'm loving this content from you, man. Like, it's so dope for you to share content from people who are climbing up that ladder.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like so many times we'll hear people that have already climbed the ladder and they want to look down and share their wisdom.
Right.
This is how I got here, you know what I'm saying? Versus like the people that are still climbing,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And he's like, this is dope content, man. I can't wait to see more. And I circled it, I circled it and reposted it, and I thanked him publicly because I'm like, bro, that means a lot.
It's the messages, bro. Every once in a while, like, and seriously, on them songs that I know this the one. I know they, or this post, I know they're gonna feel this from God.
Yeah.
My G, this from God. 2 likes.
Yeah.
For 2 days. I'm like, oh man, nobody
likes it like you
man,
think.
That recently happened, and that's just my ego and stuff. Like, what is it really about? But my man, he's a twin, and his I went to school with his brother.
Yeah.
We used to go to school, but his brother died, like cancer, but it just like ate him up.
Yeah.
And my bad, I just messed with the mic.
No, you good.
Anyway, he sent me a message that tore me up. He was heading to the funeral, and I was looking to stream the funeral. And he was like, this joint's getting me through this morning right now, bro. I'm like,
that's what's up.
who are you, dog? Your ego is like, you know, and it keep you going in frustrated mode. I can tell you, I quit about 1,000 times last year.
Oh, me?
In this year, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But I ain't stopped.
I was gonna ask you that too, man.
Oh man, I quit 10 times before the afternoon, but I gotta keep going. You know, I give myself a little bit of time to.
Yeah.
Like
let it out a little bit and then get back to it.
Yeah, and the people that I've seen are like super successful at it or that really have done it, the people that I really, really look to, it's no mistake. They may blow up real quick, but it was consistency. They like really did it. It's a guy that I just recently hooked up to. I don't know him. He from LA, but it was one of those things. I woke up, I seen one of his songs. He was doing like some guitar instrumentals, but it was funky, man. So I just wrote a verse and chorus to it, and I just posted it, and he liked it, man. He was at like probably like 1,500 followers or something like that, man. I'm watching him every day. I think he's at like maybe 14,000. I mean, just like a matter of maybe like a week and a half.
Wow.
And we've been talking through it. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, man, I'm just being, he's literally consistent, not worrying about who's even liking it or, and it's a natural share. And I'm like, man, it's the consistency. And not that I don't want to sound like I'm like, keep looking for followers, but yeah, you want to look for more people to hear your stuff, and eventually it turns into a business.
Yeah, for sure.
But he got his motto, and it's just consistency. Everybody I look, Kobe, consistency. All the top podcasts I listen to, they didn't stop.
Bro, that my friend just told me that. He said, Kurt, because he know how I am. He said, bro, get the whole, release the expectations. And if you feel in your heart that this is something you want to do or try, just keep doing it, even when you get 3 likes. Keep doing it, and like, bro, that's why I was gonna say. Without that, he keeps putting that in my head because that is what killed me in my career, is expectations. If I send, like, I got a Rick Ross song with my boy Hardhead, he did the mixing for it, and Bobby Valentino was on the hook, and one of Rick Ross' artists was on the song, as well as Rick Ross. Yeah. And this was
crazy
years ago, bro. And Rick Ross actually sent me his vocals. Bro, I'm thinking, you can't tell me I'm out of there.
Rose vocals, dog.
Yeah, I'm out of there, boy. I'm fitta, this shit, you know what I'm saying? The expectations, like, I'm fitta be, this is gonna be a multi-platinum single, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking just because Rick Ross on it. Not knowing the business, like, them boys probably done made a lot of songs that ain't pop, right?
Yeah, you a number. Now you got to work what you. Yeah, it's a whole other side to it. Yeah.
Exactly, man. But that used to kill my joy, bro. Yeah. For my passion, like I used to just love just to create.
I understand.
But when you have so many expectations for what you're creating, it can rob you of your joy for it. Yeah. And that's one thing I've learned as I'm getting older. God kept putting this in my heart, like, don't let the gift that I've gave you steal your passion and desire for why I gave it to you. It's two different things. Like, if you give your child a gift right now, they gonna run off and ready to play with it, especially if it's a toy, right?
It, yeah.
But and they'll forget the meaning behind their father giving them that gift, and the meaning behind it is I love you. I want you to be happy. I want you to be whole, a whole person. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of how what God's been showing me with my gift. Like I want you to be a whole. I want this music to be a pathway for you to really talk to me.
Yeah.
When I create, I feel like that's a pathway for me to talk to God. You know what I'm saying? That's why I get emotional at times when I'm creating, because I feel like that's my love language to God,
yeah.
right?
That's right?
But if I allow the gift that He gave me to forget that, right? I'm going to lose my whole passion and desire to even create.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's what happened to me over the years. And my passion for this whole movement and this podcast is to remind people, don't let the gift inside of you cause you to forget the reason and the purpose for the gift.
Right, yeah.
Because there's a purpose and a reason why God gifted you with those talents.
Yeah.
And if you always remember that too, then you can get rid of the expectations. Let God be God.
Yeah.
Stay consistent now.
Right.
Do the work, because like you said earlier, faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
I agree. I believe that 100,000%. But we also do serve a higher power, and there is a reason why you're blessed with that. So yeah, man. And number two, don't sleep on TikTok, my brother.
I know.
Because
I get yelled at every. I know.
Man, I've been seeing it now.
know.
Like just even with real estate, with the stuff that I'm posting with the podcast, it's just a different type of energy in that TikTok where more people are seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's giving you an opportunity for more people to come over to your Instagram or come over to your other platforms, right?
I gotta get my mind right about it. I know.
Yeah.
You like the 10th conversation I had about like.
Man, I had to do the same though.
Yeah.
Somebody, like my young brother, man, he kept telling me, he's like, big bro.
Don't be the old dude.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. Cause I was like, bro, I'm tired of all this social media stuff, man. But he was like, bro, you're gonna need to get on that because it's gonna help you. Cause now, like one of my old classmates, man, she was in my mom's gospel choir when I was young. My mom had a community gospel choir, and we used to travel all around the world, bro.
Yeah.
And not even the world, but just around different areas. But she now has a thriving clothing brand, and it's tailored to Christians and just God, just a God-fearing clothing brand.
Yeah.
But bro, the way she blew up, it came off from TikTok. She has a TikTok store.
Real.
Bro, when I bought...
Dude, I just got hip to the TikTok store, bro.
Me
I'm
too.
old, dog. My daughter just,
Bruh, when I got the piece of a sweatshirt that I bought from her store, I mean, I was blown away because TikTok sent me a receipt. I said, now what? That's how I know I'm old.
It's real, dog.
Yeah, I said TikTok sent me a receipt. TikTok gave me an update on that my package has been delivered. I'm like, bro, this is a whole different game. It's like a different
Amazon. It's like a social media Amazon. No, it's real. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it though.
Yeah, bro. Well, I don't want to keep you, bro. I just want to say, once again, giving you flowers. I'm gonna have you back again.
I appreciate that, yo.
Because I want to have a couple of different musicians here to do some conversations about,
For sure.
The industry, things of that nature, man. But
Sure, man.
again, man, I appreciate you coming.
Man, anytime, man. I love what you're doing too, man.
Thank you, bro.
Keep
Thank
it.
you.
Just don't stop, man.
Hey,
I'm
man.
holding you accountable now.
Hey, but I need that, bro. I need that, man.
I hope I said something that's worth something, but just my man right here, and he's killing it. Follow, subscribe to the pod, all that.
Appreciate it, man.
It's one of them ones.
Hey, till next time, man. Keep following your dreams. Peace.
Could have been dead, but I'm not. Mama kept praying, she stayed on her knees. She told me put faith in the Lord. Cause I am a king, the son of a king. I'm blessed by the grace of the Lord. Yeah, I'm holy, 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 holy. I'm God's son, got me feeling holy, holy, son of God, holy, holy. I can't